どうも皆さん、なおやんです。今回はホグワーツレガシー続きやっていきたいと思います。前回ね、3つ目の試練をクリアしました。では引き続き、クエストやっていこうと思います。さあ、4つ目の試練に入る前に、ちょっとやっていきたいものが、この3つかな。全然喋れてないぞ。まずね、セバスチャンにあってインペリオ、禁断の呪文の一つインペリオを覚えていきたいと思います。マップ。さあ、セバスチャンの妹も助けたいが、どうなってるだろう。
Wonder if I'm safe to explore in there.
Hi, Sebastian.
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
Sebastian.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
Was there anything else in the student's report?
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it. But I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
Let's explore the catacomb.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb.
Catacomb.
Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
Student's report. The catacomb assignment yielded more than I imagined. Learning about our ancestors was illuminating. However, I stumbled. M やんな。U と M がくっついて N に見えるんやな、これ。I stumbled upon something else I could not ignore. In an area behind the grey room which had suffered decay. AIM とか AMID だよね。AU にも見える。全然読めへん。The turned over spark buggy 読めへん。I discovered an oddly shaped relic. Immediately I sensed its power. I would be thrilled to study the relic further. If only the removal of objects were allowed. どっから訳そうかな。まあ前半の部分はいいや。僕もよくわかってないし。不思議な形の、レリックを見つけたと。すぐに I sensed its power、I sensed 感じた、そのパワーを感じたみたいな感じかな。I would be thrilled、スリルを感じた to study the relic further、そのレリックの勉強するのにスリルを感じた。感じるだろう。もし only the removal of objects were allowed。 the removal やから、取 取り除か、リムーバルってな、リムーブのリムーバルオブオブジェクトス。リムーバル除去か。そのオブジェクトものの除去は許されている、許されたならみたいな感じ。
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb.
カタコンっていうレリックなのかな。
I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
カタコンベ、地下に存在する埋葬場所。頭蓋、落ちちゃった。頭蓋骨がいっぱいこう乗せてあるとか、そういう地下にある埋葬地がカタコンベらしいです。カタコンベ。
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Accio! Start.
Opening all of these is tempting.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Guardian Leviosa.
Guardian Leviosa.
Confringo.
違うよ。
This room is taller than it looks.
Leviosa.
Leviosa. Guardian Leviosa.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
お、やってくれたんか。いいやつだ。
Accio.
あ
Revelio.
それ以外ないね。はいはいはい。いきます。Guardian Leviosa.
Leviosa. Accio. Bombard. Confringo. Potato. Stupid one. Stupid one. Leviosa. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Confringo. Bombard.
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
こっちが正規ルートとしてスイッチかな。そうだね。
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. Accio. Guardian Leviosa. There's something here by the altar.
What? Die.
Potato. Stupid one. Confringo. Leviosa.
Hey.
Bombarder.
Bombarder.
Revelio.
Find the relic. あー、こっちが正規ルートか。I said something about this relic. I was told the doors chosen by English oak once have powerful intuition. I believe it. Therefore, when no one was looking, I acted. I conjured two barricades to isolate the relic. Ancestors, forgive me. Oh. But I used their very bones as the key. 彼らの、ベルイってなんだろう。とてもじゃないんだよな、この場合は。まあ骨は鍵だという。I plan to return to it, but first I must ready myself for our next assignment, learning the Imperious course. The spell is said to serve well against enemies.
What did you find?
Paolo で直せんかな。
Accio, Guardian Leviosa. Reparo.
1、2、じゃあちょっと話してみますか。
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Where do you think these diary pages came from?
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
I guess study.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked on
Revelio.
the side of this archway. Did you hear that?
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone.
No bow.
Reparo. Accio.
はい。喋った。あ、
Guardian Leviosa.
か。おー。ちょっと待って、こっち席ルートやから。ことが進む前に。こっち行こう。はい。Ignite shoot as it prepares.
Potato. Stupid. Bombarda. Confringo. Leviosa. Accio. Stupid.
ね。
Revelio. Confringo.
よし。
Revelio.
これは違う。
Bombarda. Revelio.
ここへはどうやって力かな。
We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do.
Accio.
あれ
I need to find a safe way across.
ちょっと待ってねそうだね
Lumos.
ルーモス
Accio.
出てきた
Lumos. Accio.
わかんない先にルーモス
Lumos.
あこれだねいやこれじゃないねはいはいはい抜いて
Accio. Lumos.
あねでだ
Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
ガーディアムレッドオーサー
Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
え
Accio. Guardian Leviosa. Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
おお
Accio. Revelio. Accio. Lumos. Revelio. Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
どうやったらいいんだ
Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
こっちかなよし
Rickety bone bridge complete.
こっちに宝箱があるに違いないよしよし
Accio.
でオープンかなはいはいは
Revelio.
いイエス
Accio.
で
Guardian
これのや
Leviosa.
つをこっちに持ってって
Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
はい
You've done it!
オープンセ
I
サミ
knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
ナイス
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
How do you know the Imperial Curse?
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
What does learning the curse entail?
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
So, I'd perfect not to learn the Imperial Curse. Yes, I'd like to learn the Imperial Curse. Yes, I'd like to.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries.
許されざる呪文
Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
Imperio
Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Imperio
Potato! Stupefy!
Make an enemy cast by Imperio どうした
Flipendo! Confringo! Potato! Stupefy!
Stipwhy
Confringo! Revelio.
じゃないのか
Confringo. Bombarda.
ボンバー
Another barricade.
Revelio.
Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Confringo.
Imperio デパルスじゃない
The potato.
よしいけ
Sendo.
怖い暴れてる
Confringo.
暴れてるぞ
Expelliarmus potato. Confringo. Bombarda.
なんで
Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Imperio
Leviosa.
見た
Imperium.
Imperio
Glacius. Flipendo.
Here's some of these stone tablets.
Confringo.
That has to be something.
なんだなんだこいつ
Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Revelio.
怖い怖い
Confringo. Accio.
怖い怖い
Revelio. Accio. Confringo. Bombarda. Glacius.
ストップして
Expelliarmus. Depulso. Accio. Confringo.
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it?
Revelio.
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
いいギアが手に入らないなさあ先へ進もう
Confringo. Accio.
あキー
Perhaps we need to pull the handles in the order of the symbols on the tablets.
ここが開く開かない
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
ガーディアムレビオサ
Accio.
あ最
That
後まで
worked.
言ってないからか
Keep going.
What?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
これでいいのか
Revelio.
とここだなこれが
Accio.
なんでだ
Revelio.
2つやらなあかんのか
Accio.
とあ出てきた
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Open sesame.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done.
Nicely done.
I see why
Revelio.
Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Wow, 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 wow.
Imperio. Revelio. Leviosa. Stupefy. Confringo. Bombard. Accio.
なんや
Glacier. Revelio. Leviosa. Bombarda. Potato. Stupefy. Confringo. Imperio.
Harry
Glacier. Stupefy. Glacier. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Bombarda. Glacier. Confringo. Glacier.
Use a mandarin 使ってあげる Various titles taking the ground ああそういうことかでもバリスパイダーじゃないだけで何か
Accio.
違う
Descendo.
For a moment there, I thought that could never end.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Accio.
Dead end. Lovely. All
Dead
that for
end.
nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet.
Revelio.
ここになんかあるなこれなんだこれは The relic contains abundant potential. Its possibilities could benefit not only wizard kind, but the world. But the dark sacrifice involved to realize its intent may be too great. Until we know more, please do not remove this relic.
Sebastian,
リムーブしてはいけ
the
ない
relic! Look!
Could it be?
Could it be?
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches.
熱っ
This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it.
口をつけます
After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. but we're here for the relic.
We should leave the relic alone. 好奇心旺盛やからな。We need that relic. どうなるやろ
I'm willing to ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed.
おー
This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft.
どうなるやろ Anne's sake.
I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle.
アンに使うのかこれ大丈夫か誰だ
Is that ominous?
オムレスなんでここに
Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
Pathway Omnis
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Very well, let's talk with Sebastian. I cannot side with you, Sebastian, right? これ怖いな。オムニスが正しいかもな。Very well, let's talk with Sebastian.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
でも
I
気に
do
なるな
think we should talk to him,
リリッ
but I
ク
fear we
使
won't
ったら
stop him
どう
from
なるか
taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
大丈夫なのかそのリリック使って説得するってパースウェイって言ってるパーチュイズパースウェイかじゃない
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance. That the relic is too important to ignore.
じゃあこっちじゃない
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
I never wanted to keep all this from Ominous. He just doesn't understand. And I didn't want to worry him all over again.
行くぞ
As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
案が大事なのはわかるけどな危険すぎるっていうのもあるんよな
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet.
なんでだ。
Velkov's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Was that your best?
たち何してるんですか。
Was meant for me. One less human to worry about.
できた。なんかできた。 いいぞ、味方。
You're weak human.
やめてください。どこだ。制裁です。ゴブリン。おお、入った。ショッキング。
Boy, what have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her.
うわ
From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
ー、うわー、どっちだろう。You did the right thing. It may have been the wrong choice. わー。私は君の味方だ。You did the right thing.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
うわー、悲しいね。
Revelio.
せっかく助けたのに。
The wizards will be defeated.
ちゃんとが残っとるな。楽しもうぞ。
Not your best. I shall have been.
あー、終わっちゃったよ。さあ、次はトクティソーモンサロー。トクティソーモン in the shadows. The shadow of that. ああ、そっか。喋らなかったのか。まさか攻められてたとは。はいはい。おいソロモン、話し合おうではないか。
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian saved his sister. Sebastian went too far.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
悲しいね。で、レリックどうなったん？レリックどうなった？
Imperial!
やるぜ。
Glacius! Flipendum! Descender! Revelio!
インペリオってあれチャプターに出てきたっけ？ゲームじゃなくて映画の中で
Aloha Mora!
覚えてない。クルーシオとアバダケタグラはよく見たけど、インペリオどうだったか
What do we have here? A demiguise.
な。デミガイズあるの？ここにデミガイズあるの？
Revelio!
そっちか。デミが、ここか。じゃあちょっと。でも
Fine
一
now,
応ね、
demiguise.
デミガイズ全部というか、取って、アラフォモールはレベル3まで上げました。上げております。
Seems a pleasant enough little place. Revelio!
上か。OK。誰もおらん。Speak with Sebastian in the Undercraft か。
Revelio!
ヒップグリフか。もう一体欲しいけどな、ヒップグリフ。セバスチャン、アンダー。これか ?In the shadow of distance.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Sebastian.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What crest are you sending to Anne?
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and when I was at second thought, she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
Okay, very well. Let me know what you find.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
そうっすか。セバスチアン、妹のために頑張っているのに、さすがに使ったらあかんか。じゃあ次はナッティのところ行きましょうか。ナッティ。ホグズミードかな。ホグズミードマップから。
What are you up to now?
ナッティはどこだ。ケートンマップして。違う。
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Okay. Well, where can I find them?
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What am I hoping to learn from them?
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Okay, I'll speak with Mr. Bickle's friends.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Speak with Agabus Filbert. Daisy Ray. なんかゴーストいるかもね。なんでホットディボー。
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Hello.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
You should have spoken out your voice, not to speak out. Your voice not to speak out.
You may have shared Mr. Bickle's fate if you had spoken out against Harlow as he requested.
Unfortunately, I suspect you're right.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Revelio. Mrs. Rabe should.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why would Harlow take your husband and not you?
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you given Harlow any information about Gringotts?
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Does the note confirm kidnapping?
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
That is what I needed.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Miss Rave, we do hope you will reconsider helping us with our banking needs. We've given you ample time to reach a decision on your own, but we are begging to lose our patience. We know your husband would appreciate it if you were to see the value in our working together. Shall we expect a response by week's end? Best to keep this between us, if you understand our meaning. 私たちを助ける with our banking needs. Lose our patience. 忍耐 to lose patience.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Glad you came.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check.
Please tell me you didn't take...
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
About the note.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
How are you hiding the extortion?
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Wow. Mr. Hill seems a fair man. Can you tell him?
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
マジか。あっち行ってこっち行っていいですね。ああ、大きい使いたい。冷たい川を泳ぎます。これか。
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Where's Natty? Natty. どこだ？Search for the Natty near.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Oh, 足跡。
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
いただいていってきます。そうか。
Revelio.
パーティー大丈夫か？
Natty must have been taken this way.
おお、いた。
I need to find her quick. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Revelio. Accio. The hidden door. Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen. Revelio.
Feldcroft was extraordinarily dull. Does no one put up a good fight anymore?
あれか。じゃああれからやっていくか。
Yes, there've been mistakes, but I can't complain. If I'm to think on it, we've seen far worse.
We may be working with the goblin. What?
おっと、マジか。キャスティファイル。
Look your eyes.
おいおい
Expelliarmus!
Stop that right now!
Prepare their writing spell. Leviosa.
What are your thoughts on Expelliarmus!
This one.
許さん。許さない。痛い。
I'm not down with you!
Die for that.
That all you
あれ、クローン。
How dare you do such a thing to me? Stop that right now!
あ、小さい。あ、逃げた。逃げたあいつ。どっか逃げた。いた。あれ、強い。消えた。
Expulsor!
Expulsor.
Conductive, aren't we? Expulsor! Expulsor! Step!
ああ、たまたまタイミング良かったのか。なんでこれ RH Mr. Darling Otto I have read your last letter over and over and certain to read it again each hour until we are able to meet. I dread the notion that I will not see you soon, but I am not without hope. 誰ですかこれ？ロジーからの手紙があるぞ。
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
No way.もう溜まったのかい。OK かな。
Oi!
Revelio.
Revelio. The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Hey!
Revelio.
Hey!
ってるんだ。オープン。こう見てるか、こっち見てるか。私はいない。
Somebody out there?
It's Totalis.
Oi.
これ体出さなあかんやん、こっちこっちリーン逆にできんのかな、これ。
Can't hide from me. The girl's friend won't come.
It's Totalis.
まです。おお。
Expulsion.
私はここだ。
Expulsion.
Expelliarmus.
Now what's he done?
Come to me. 逃げるな。
Revelio.
What are you, shy? I've seen more courage in a Porlock.
What are you?
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers. Thought you could hide from me, did ya?
回復してるし。
Expulsion. Now you've gone too far.
Confringo. Bombardo. Accio.
おい、待て待て待て。
Hardly felt it. Might want to look up.
Confringo. Bombardo.
Expulsion. Hey, that's mine.
Revelio.
白はないか。
Bombardo.
あれ、買ったなんだこれ。
Accio. Depulso.
ああ、いけた。
Depulso.
買った、なんだこれ。
Revelio. He must be here somewhere.
Naughty. Naughty.
I need your help.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be yours.
誰？ナッティか。ミキ。
Revelio.
どこだ？
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Natty couldn't summon Mr. Rabe's wand from her cell, it must be blocked by some... Mr. Rabe's wand! He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Revelio.
Wait, comes alive to... あ、いたいたいた。かっこいいスーツやな。
Bombarder!
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
Yeah, it's
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Oh,
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
またすごい宝持ちできんか。いや、すごいとこやな。上か？どうやって向こうの上に行くんだ？向こうから行けるか？そこやな。そっから登って上、あ、繋がってない。あ、こっちでいいんか。上に行く必要ないわ。上がって。バリアが張ってんのね。なるほどね。
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashfinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe, to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Understood.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Okay. Complete. で、poached egg。これを次やっていこう。サイドクエスト長いね。ナツァイも捕まるし。
My mother used to say I was lazy. Didn't pick up my chores.
Revelio.
Let's meet Community Garden.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
さあ次は魔法動物のあの人
I beg your pardon, but would you make
It's not like her to forget.
Poppy.
At least we're out of the classroom.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was your grand sending you?
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies
So
from week to
sweet.
week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howen for the measles.
Measles. You said you had news about the dragon.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realised that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
Well then.
Well done.
Well then.
You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg.
そうだね。卵持ってったよね。
Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds simple enough.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
Why not keep the egg?
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No. It belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
But precisely, we take the egg.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Let's find our dragon then.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot.
We should stay
Oh, and
on
one more
foot.
thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are.
Illusion.
There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
Oh. Hello.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
At least until we've done
ひどいよな、この技。
I wonder how many they brought to capture her. At least 10 usually.
Prepare her.
Fantastic.
She is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, you probably exactly like Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us.
よいしょ。
He must have been starved to pick up grapple.
Or just raring for a fight.
すごいな。どこれ
Revelio.
どこだここすごいな。
Quiet, what was that?
余裕です。
Watch out! It's her domain.
遅い。
Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
She's making it easy.
遅い遅い。まだまだです。
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm, if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
いける。
Normally try, but
いけるぞ。
we're well past that.
いける。あぶねえ。走れ。すごい。すごい最後。
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge here broken?
Reparo.
Yes.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
ここに返せばいいの？ドラゴンエッグ。インペリオ。危ない。
That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
She tried to kill us. People don't give a creature enough credit. She tried to
That's
kill
rather
us.
generous, isn't it? She did try to kill us the entire time.
Only until she saw her egg, at which point I thought she rather warmed to us. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Not at all. But I'm ready to head back.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Horndale Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
Hi, quest clear. Poached egg.
Does anyone else remember those levitating?
そうだね、今回はそうだ、メインクエストダメだな、できないなでね、まあ今回サイドクエストメインでお送りもしましたけど、もう一個、最後にサイドクエストやっていこうかな。セークレットルームスからのトビーじゃなくて
Deke would like to talk with you when you have a moment.
ディークか。このサイドクエスト
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you wanted to tell me more about the loom.
Ah, hello. Yes, about that, Deke has had a thought. He...
Seems the room thinks you need more space for your beasts. As Deke was saying, he's had a thought. Now, Deke knows how you can test the item of clothing that you enhanced in the enchanted loom. And perhaps help an old friend in the process.
What do you mean?
A house elf named Tobbs works for his master, retrieving leech juice in a cave near Hogwarts. Tobbs' master doesn't let him leave the cave, and Deke knows the cave is infested with spiders.
That sounds awful.
It is. Deke hasn't heard from his friend for a while now. As the item you wove in the loom has an enchantment that might be useful, Deke thought you could test it whilst checking on Tobbs.
I find Tobbs.
I understand. Leave it to me, Deke. I'll find Tobbs for you.
Oh, thank you. Please let Deke know what you learn about Deke's old friend.
すごいな。おお、すごい。ニュースペース。Get in。おお、はははは。ああ。セルティビスルなら、ああはあはあはあ。ここで買えると。いくつぐらい買えるのかな。あ、やっぱ4種類しか買えへんのか。新しい場所だよ。いいね。ユニコーンはどこだ？ユニコーンいた。さあ、トブスを探しに行こう。Find the cave. Find the cave. こうか。イエーイ。
An astronomy table. Should prove useful once the sun's down.
おお、びっくりした。急にスピードアップ。
This must be Tobbs's cave. I suppose I should head inside.
よし、入っていこう。スパイラーがいそうだね。Extreme danger. Beware spiders.
Confringo!
Tobbs's master is awful. Tobbs? Tobbs? Deke sent me. Are you in here?
Confringo!
Oh no, no way. Ah, もっとデストロイしとこう。弱い、弱すぎる。弱い。Hello.
Potato! Stupefy! Confringo! Leviosa! Accio! Bombana! Leviosa! Confringo!
Revelio.
Accio. Levioso. Confringo. Bombarda. Revelio.
Oh, でっけえ。
Revelio.
It looks as if Tobbs was here some time ago. Must have headed deeper into the cave.
Bombarda. Confringo. Bombarda.
8 legs is simply too many.
Revelio. Confringo. Defendo. Descendo. Glacius. Protego. Stupefy. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Stupefy.
Request available.
Confringo. Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio.
Wow. あんま好きじゃないっていうか嫌いじゃないよ。賢いし面白い。わい。どうも。でっかミニア。
Confringo. Bombarda. Revelio.
That didn't sound particularly reassuring.
Revelio. Protego. Stupefy. Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Defendo. Descendo. Glacius. Places.
出てくるね。出てくるね。
Propendo. Descendo.
いたー。マンダゴラからの。フォーカスポーションの威力をとくと味わえる。いた、あいた、あれ、あららららら、強すぎる、強すぎる。ちょっと待って、パニック。いた、
Bombarda. Confringo.
よいしょ。
Repulsor.
いた、ほんで、いた、危ない、強すぎる。
Expelliarmus.
ちょっと待って、よいしょ、よいしょ、3つ、1、2、違う、
Repulsor.
なんだ、
Bombarda. Confringo.
あ、なんだ、これいった、
Protego. Confringo.
あんな、はい、いった、いや、これだ、強っ、いっぱいあるからね、さあ、はい、ラスト、
Bombarda. Protego. Stupefy. Levioso. Stupefy.
ドーン、
Revelio.
ディフィートスパイダーズ、強すぎ。
Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Confringo. Revelio.
なんか下にある。行ってきまーす。
Confringo. Revelio. Bombarda.
Oh no. I have a feeling that house elf is Tobbs.
なくなってる。Master, if you find Tobbs' body, the big spider was too much. Tobbs has failed you and deserves this punishment. Tobbs feels weak, sleepy. Tobbs must.
Poor Tobbs. Left here alone with the spiders.
Tobbs.
Revelio.
残念。この宝ってどうやって行くんだ。
Revelio.
下も行けそうやったな。
Bombarda.
たいわいいの。
Revelio.
下のがいけなさそうか。
That table looks familiar. Seems I'm back at the entrance to the cave.
Oh? どっちだ。こっちか。戻ってきて、こっちだね。
Revelio.
ここ何をやるよ。
Perhaps I'll scout around Velcro for something to... I heard something. Come here, crop my tail.
やるんか。やるのかい。やるのかい。
Revelio.
いやー、敵がいたせいで生息今おらんのか。仕方ない。さあ戻りましょう。ホグワーツにシークレットルームス。
I'm back from the cave, Deke.
Wonderful. Deke hopes you gave Deke's best to Tobbs.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Deke, but Tobbs is gone. It seems he was unable to avoid the spiders in the end.
Oh my. Deke was afraid of this, alone in that cave for so long. Oh, poor Tobbs. Deke and Tobbs once shared the same master. When he died, we were separated. Deke always wished Tobbs had been sent to Hogwarts too. Deke feels lucky to serve such kind witches and wizards like you. Deke will miss his friend dearly, and will raise a glass to him with a heavy heart.
I'm sorry.
I'm truly sorry about your friend, Deke.
Thank you. You are very kind. Deke could use some time alone to think, if that's all right.
はい。今回はこれでおしまいにします。いやー、まあインペリオを学んでね、強いね、インペリオ。これ敵を味方に据えるという洗脳の呪文で、まあナッティとか誰だっけ、ポッピーやかなのクリアしてって、で新しいのまた来たか、トークティーポッピー。この後どうなるんでしょうっていうとこかな。でシャロー・オブ・ザ・マウンテン、ボンバーだ、パールナー。あれこれ Wait to hear from Galvin。
Deke would like to speak with you when you have a moment.
ああ、そっか、まだ続きがあったのか。そうですね。じゃあ次回はまあメインクエストやりながらちょっとポピーでも気になるんで、ポピーにもやっていこうかなというところです。今回はここまでにします。はい、見てくださった皆さんありがとうございます。じゃあまたね。